Welcome to the SGV Master Key, a show where you will hear personal stories of triumph over failures and how others successfully navigated the unique landscape that is the San Gabriel Valley. What makes us different? Well, just like you, we have chosen the San Gabriel Valley for our home or businesses or both. We believe it is the people and small businesses that make this community great, and we love to share their stories with you. We always encourage your questions and feedback, and you can find all of our contact information at sgvmasterkey.com. Here are the hosts for the show, Russell Mono and Scott Warmoth.
All right, I'm Russell, your host.
I'm Scott.
Today we have golf extraordinaire, Angel Yin. Welcome, Angel.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get right into it. So what is your connection to the San Gabriel Valley?
I was born and raised here. I'm 21 years old, so I've been living here for 21 years.
Oh, you spent some time in China though, right?
I spent 3 years when I was 3 to 6 in China, and then I came back, and this is where I've been living.
So you consider yourself American?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I hold a blue passport.
So what was it like growing up here with parents that are from China?
I would say that not much difference. I mean, because my mom trying to adapt to the American culture, went to school, got educated at PCC. So she tried to really raise me in a American culture instead of a Chinese culture influenced. But I was still able to get a lot of the Chinese culture into my system and learning. And
how old was she when she came over?
29.
29. So she grew up in China. She had her whole experience in China, and came here, went to PCC. And was sort of building her life here. Were you a young child when she was going to PCC, or?
So the reason why I was sent back for 3 years to China from 3 to 6 was because she wanted to study in America. So she gave birth to me, and then 3 years later, after she raised me to a certain age where she thinks I can be raised by my dad that's in China, that lives full-time in China, she just sent me back. So I lived with him for 3 years, and then she was able to have time to study English, work. She worked for 3 years because she still wanted to work at that time.
So did you just stay in China those 3 years, or did you come back here periodically?
No, I didn't. So I just stayed there for 3 years.
Did she go see you in China?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, but you lived with your father at that time?
Yeah, I did. So in the beginning it was with my mom's friend. And then shortly after that, my dad picked me up. Yeah.
So for our audience who may not know why I said golf extraordinaire, what do you do, Angel?
I play golf.
Just for fun, huh?
Yeah, just for fun.
So you're a professional golfer?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so I just want to let the audience know that, because they might be wondering.
Yeah. So I occasionally get paid when I play well.
So you came over here at what grade?
I believe kindergarten.
In kindergarten.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what was that like?
It was hard because even though my first language was English, it kind of got taken over with Chinese, because when you go to China, all you speak is Chinese. And then I went to a school where they did teach English as the second language, which it was a private school and they pushed it a lot. It's like an international school. But I was young, and my dad didn't really focus on my studies because he thought I was young. So I really didn't learn anything. So coming over here was like starting from zero. I didn't really speak English at all. So to make a reference to see how it was like when I first took my lesson with my golf coach, I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I was my mom was there to translate. But then I told her she doesn't have to translate because I could learn what he was trying to teach me from his movement. But yeah, it was just, I had no idea what anyone was saying to me.
Good. So Angel, you're 21 years old. How long have you been playing golf?
So I started when I was 6.
Okay, so when you came to the U.S.
Yeah,
you
so that's
started
why
to
I
play.
still didn't speak English then.
Okay, I see.
No,
Why
I
did
always
you
said
start?
if I was 8 years old and I still didn't understand.
So, do you understand English now? I mean,
Barely sometimes. I speak
Okay.
fluent English.
Okay, there you go. All right. So do I, actually. Why did you start playing golf at such a young age?
It was a funny story. I came back. My mom wanted to find hobbies for me. I went from piano, your typical Chinese activities, and then she was like, why don't we throw sports in there? So we tried softball. We tried tennis. I was like, tennis is not for me. I don't like running around. It's pointless. You're just running in a little box. So I told her I didn't like that. We tried other stuff. And then my mom's friend was like, hey, why don't we have our kids play golf? And then she goes, that's a horrible idea because I do not want my daughter under the sun tanned, because in the Chinese culture, you have to be porcelain white to look okay, social status. But my mom's friend paid for my first month commission to learn at this par 3 academy. And then she was like, oh, I can't, Asian, the culture, you can't let that money go to waste. So she sent me there.
So, do you remember your very first days playing golf?
I do, very clear. It was really fun to me. Like, I don't think I was ever diagnosed, but I was a very hyper kid. And I couldn't really focus on anything. Even like when I play piano, I'll be like, Mom, is it time yet? I'm done. So I'm always like a kid that's very hyper, very active. And then when I found golf and I played it, it just... it was very relaxing to me. So it was something that really calmed me down. And then I just had an instant connection with it.
Do you still feel that way when you play?
I still do.
When did you first know that you had some skill in golf?
It was like almost instant. Like I knew I was just different.
Oh, the first ball that she hit.
I hit, I'm like, wow, that's right.
Well, can we fast forward just for reference or context? So today you are a member of the LPGA tour,
Yeah.
right? You tour nationwide and worldwide. You're a professional ladies golfer. And how are you ranked? What say is your ranking?
I don't know where I'm ranked right now. Hopefully when this is released, my ranking will go a little higher. So always trying to improve. But I would say I'm ranked quite high.
I mean, you are, we can say, one of the best women golfers in the world. It's that
one
simple.
of them. There's a lot of them, but
Right.
I'm one of them.
And you have made, can we say, it's
Nearly
public
2
record.
mil.
So you've made millions of dollars playing golf. You're 21 years old.
Trying to get millions, yeah.
Okay, well, 2 million, almost 2 million.
Almost 2 million, but the government has taken half.
Oh, okay. Which government?
The U.S.
Oh, okay. Oh, the blue passport.
Yeah, the
US.
blue passport.
Okay.
It's a high price to pay if you want to hold that blue passport.
Oh, yes.
It's got its perks, but at the same time.
So, okay. So yeah, that's where you are today, and how you got there is very interesting. Your lifestyle, growing up in the San Gabriel Valley. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Arcadia.
Went to Arcadia schools?
Arcadia High School. I went to Baldwin Avenue Elementary School, and then went to First Avenue Middle School, and then I went to Arcadia High School, Apaches. Never graduated from Arcadia High School because after my junior year, I went to Europe to play as a professional golfer. So I kind of did my school online and just whatever there. Not good for younger listeners who needs to finish school.
You did have some college offers though, right?
I did have a lot. Like, I pretty much could have gone to any school I wanted. That's a bit out there. But yeah, pretty much I could have gone anywhere with a full ride because of my golf skills. But if I would have gone to school and not turned professional, would have been USC.
How long have you been playing professional?
This is my 5th season. So 4 years, 5 years next year.
About 16 or 17.
17.
17. Were you rookie of the year?
No, I haven't been.
Okay.
Sadly,
you still, next year maybe you will be. Who knows?
No. So rookie of the year is only the first year. But
Okay.
when I played my LPGA year, the girl that was in my rookie class is like top ranked player. She was player of the year, not just a rookie of the year. She was player of the year.
Oh, wow.
I was following that, and that girl was, probably if she had entered in a different year, she would have won.
Angel would have won,
Yes.
if not for.
I was leading by a lot.
Yeah.
And then, so you'll see the points. The girl who won name is Sang Hyung. So her points was double mine, and I was double the person below me.
Oh, wow.
So there was just a huge gap.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So your game, could you describe your game?
The way I described it when on my rookie orientation is long and far. Long and far, just long.
Well, Russell and I, one of the most spectacular moments I remember in the last 6 months was Russell and I and a few other friends went with you to a driving range.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this was, one evening after a dinner, and it was just, to me, it was so magnificent, so beautiful, the way you would just hit ball after ball, and it would soar into the evening sky, never to be seen again. You've got distance, as you said, your game is long and far.
Yeah, I got distance.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's your average tee shot?
On the internet, it says 279 or 280.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yards. So.
Yeah.
Average.
Average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Right.
So you are quite athletic. You're one of the most athletic people I've ever met. Have you ever considered or thought about what you would have done if you didn't play golf?
Probably boxing.
Oh, wow.
Get my anger out.
Wow.
That's quite different from golf.
Yeah.
So when did you start boxing?
Well, it was actually because of Russell's influence that he was like, "Oh, why don't we do?" I think you suggested it, that we do boxing for training for cardio, and I was like, "Oh, let's try it." And I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!"
Yeah.
I loved it. So yeah,
She's quite a powerful striker in boxing as well. Yeah, I guess the movement's pretty similar. But what are some of your favorite moments with on tour?
favorite moments. There's favorite moments. I would say being able to play on Solheim, so team events where you work so hard, and then
Explain what that is.
Yeah, so the Solheim happens every 2 years, on our tour. Every 2 years we have Solheim, and it's Europe versus America. It's been going on for quite some time now, and it's just two nations coming in and competing with each other because it's been a long fought out battle between those two nations, like the strongest golfers, and 12 girls on each team, and we just compete with each other. Match play, have 4-ball and foursome. So
you're one of the 12 American women selected for that team.
Not selected, but played into, yeah. And then it's just a lot of fun. Just be able to, because golf is such an individual sport, and then to be able to have that team dynamic once every 2 years is really nice. And just be able to represent the blue passport that we hold.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling. And to be able to win for your country is different too.
So you just feel real patriotic.
For sure.
Touch,
100%. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. What, many people grow up, they want to be a pro athlete. It's like glamorous, and it just sounds exciting. And you are someone who grew up, doing this type of thing that many people dream about. And how do you feel about that? I mean, do you feel you're in a special place, or it's just Angel?
No, becoming a professional athlete is not something as simple as people think. That if you work hard, If you do the right things, it will happen. It's not something that's like that. Growing up and playing with all these kids, you see a lot of people go to their own paths in life, and that you just learn that whatever sport you're in, it's not everything in life. I just feel very lucky to be able to do what what I want, and and make it a profession and make money and make a living off of it, because it's tough. Like, you encounter a lot of things, either injuries, which is a big one. A lot of people get injured and then they aren't able to play professional golf or professional sports, whatever it is.
Do you insure yourself?
No, I haven't insured myself.
But it's, as you said, it's not easy. You've had to work hard, and you've had to sacrifice a lot of what an average person, gets to do, live an average, normal life. And you didn't have that, really, did you?
No, but I feel like a lot of people who took the same path I took also had that sacrifice. But I just feel like I'm very lucky to be able to still continue and play golf as my profession. So it's hard to explain, because it's not just about sacrificing or working hard at it. It's something that basically is planned out for you, and you just kind of follow along, because a lot of times, like I said, there's other obstacles, different interests, financial problems, or injuries that pop up, and then that kind of just off rails you from the path that you want to take. If you I wanted to play professional golf since I was 6 years old. The minute I picked it up, I told my mom I want to play professional golf. But from 6 years old to 17, when I turned professional, there was so many of these years that you don't know what's going to happen.
Wow. So as an LPGA player on tour, you're constantly flying all over the world, all over the country. How does that affect your friendships or your social life throughout the year?
It's hard. It gets very lonely, because when your friends that you make all very geographically placed, so you make friends in Japan, you make friends in Singapore, but those are just friends that you can really hang out with if you're in that place, and that's only once a year. It's not all the time. And then to me, friendship, it takes time. You have to put in the effort, but if you're always on the road, traveling, tired, competing, it takes a toll. So then you don't have all that time to communicate with them. And then your friendship just goes, it's not as, you're not as tight as people when you travel as much as I do. So it's hard, but it comes with the way.
When you travel, do you travel with other players, or are you, always in your own room and practicing on your own? Or
yeah, I travel by myself. You practice on your own. It's not really a team thing. So you just do everything by yourself. I mean, you probably get dinner together, hang out a little bit, grab a boba tea. I mean, but that's about it. You don't really.
But you're also competitors with all of these people, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why you don't do anything together.
So you don't.
You don't really do anything together. Yeah. But you play a practice round together, because you have to play a practice round together. To be able to play a practice round, you can't just play by yourself. You play with a threesome. Mm-hmm. But it's not like a team event.
Yeah,
it's different. You have to do everything by yourself.
Right. So there's looks like a stuffed animal here.
Yeah.
What is your item, Angel? What did you bring today?
So what I brought is my driver. Why my driver? And there's two things, actually. My head cover. The head cover is meaningful to me because I was born the year of a tiger, and when I was 6 years old on Christmas, I received it as a present to me, and I've used it ever since. Ever since. I've changed maybe 3 times because it got really old and moldy. Even the washing machine can't save it. But Tiger always uses it, and then people think that I use it because it's related to Tiger Woods and how big of a fan I am. No, it's not. It's because I was born the year of a tiger. And my driver, why? I just brought my driver because it's always been my favorite club to use in my golf bag, and I've always known for my distance. and it's a golf club.
It's a beautiful club.
This is what I'm currently using for tournaments.
Now, this isn't made specially for you.
It's a tour head, though. It's not something you can buy off the market.
Mm-hmm.
You can sell it for thousands of dollars.
Only a tour professional could have this.
Yeah, so our products are not always the same as the ones you buy. I'm pretty sure they don't like us saying that, but
oh wow,
that is the truth.
And if they get stolen and someone tries to sell it there's a way to track it, right?
There is. So it's a serial number, and I can just track it from there.
Wow. Yeah. It's very light. Very
yeah.
light, the whole club. But the power, and I don't know if this is the club you were using that night.
No, it's not. It's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you would the stand up, you would just, your form would be what powered the ball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the form.
Yeah, the form.
And you could you would just hit one right after the other. And it was just, you didn't have to really address yourself. You've probably done that drill.
It's like using chopsticks
a million times. So yeah, for you to do that, it's just like using.
Yeah, it's like ingrained into my system.
Yeah, right. No, it was a remarkable sight to me.
Thanks. But yeah, the driver, just because golf is a big part of my life, and I started playing golf in the Gabriel Valley. So that's why it's very meaningful to me. So
being on tour is just fun and easy and no problems and stress free, right?
Sure. No, it's not. It's definitely there's some hardships. Your body's never in one time zone. It's always adjusting to wherever you go. I mean, we're traveling at the end of the year. Towards the end of the year, we're going to Asia, which unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to play because of COVID this year. But usually we go to 5 different countries, and this is week by week. And every day you're just packing and unpacking, and then traveling and adjusting to different time zones, different weathers, different country, different food. It's just, your body takes a really big toll. It takes a really big toll on your body because there's no consistency. And I feel like the human body needs consistency. So this whole COVID quarantine has really relaxed.
Thrown you off though too, hasn't it?
The quarantine, yeah, in the beginning it was hard because I had to stay in one place, and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. But then
you stayed here in Arcadia?
I did stay here. I stayed here, and then when it wasn't as bad, I went to Florida, which I currently reside in, and spent some time there. But it's just nice to be able to stay in one place for a period of time, and you don't have to go week by week. Like, I think last year, I didn't stay in one place more than 2 weeks. So
do you ever get treated like a star?
No.
Do you ever feel you're a star?
No.
So are there people on the tour that get treated like a star?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to be working hard.
Okay. So it's just what, they're in the top 3 or something, top 5?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so when you get to that point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was a time we went to lunch.
Oh, yes.
And we were sitting down for Korean food, and the server said, "Oh, you're Angel Yin. I'm your friend."
Oh, was it your friend?
No. Wait, so what? Listen, this is funny.
I was looking at him, and I was looking at Angel, and I could see from her reaction that she didn't know him, and I thought it was really strange. But what he was saying was, "I'm your fan." And so he knew who she was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, my friend. I'm sorry. Remind me your name again. I don't know you. But then I kind of, because he had a little bit of accent, and then we kind of figured it out that he was saying fan. But that was like surprising to me. I don't really get that a lot. I mean, there are occasions where it happens, but it's not a lot.
So aside from the struggles with traveling and moving and not having staying in one place for a long time, what other struggles or difficulties with being on tour or just with being a professional golfer do you experience?
I think it comes hand in hand with not being able to stay in one place, because emotionally it's hard, because as a woman, as a woman, you have a lot of things going on, especially the hormones, right? So then it takes a big toll on your mental health. So sometimes you have to really decompress and relax and meditate, whatever people do to help them decompress. So I think that's the other big struggle. And you're just really tired. And when you're tired, you just get really mad.
Are you ever able to take a week off, or do you pretty much have to stick to the tour?
You get to take a week off. Like, so throughout the season, there's about 32 events, and you can pick and choose whatever, how many events you want to play. To have a minimum season, you have to play 14 events, I believe. So you can choose however many events you want to play. And sometimes I play like 26, maybe a little bit more than that. But I do have my weeks off. So every 3 weeks I have a week off. But the week just goes by fast because you have to leave Sunday to get there to your destination. Or sometimes you have to leave Saturday because if you're traveling to the UK, you have to give it an extra day or go to Asia. So your resting days is really only like 5 days because when you get back home on Monday, it's like at night and you don't really have that much time. You have to unpack and you have to clean. You have to repack soon. So it's not much of a time
So
off.
your week starts what, Tuesday you might travel to the site, or Wednesday?
No. So I travel on Sunday.
On Sunday you go. Okay, I see.
And then I get there Sunday night.
Okay.
And then Monday, I'll probably be preparing for the week.
Okay.
So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to prepare for, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday competing. And then Sunday you leave usually, or Monday you leave and you get there.
So do you start in January?
We do
if you
start in
use
January.
a calendar year, you would
Start in January.
play from January through December?
This year is to December, but usually it's the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I'd like to go into the mental and emotional struggles of being a pro golfer, right? But let's take a quick break and we'll come back to that. Okay.
The legal process can be intimidating. You don't know where to start and you're unsure of what to expect. The attorneys and staff at the law offices of Scott Wormuth have been serving the San Gabriel Valley for over 35 years, helping people just like you navigate through the legal process and ensuring you're treated fairly. You can find them at law888.com or call 626-282-6868. That's 626-282-6868.
All right, and we're back with Angel. Angel, if I'm playing in a basketball league and I lose on Sunday, I'm thinking about that game for an entire week. But my livelihood and the livelihood of others don't depend on me winning. What kind of toll does professional golf have on you, to perform and to win and to compete at such a high level all the time?
So you try not to think of, well, for me, I try not to think of making money, because if it does, it's just put too much pressure on yourself. Because sadly, your paycheck and my whole entire team's paycheck depends on how well I do that week. And if I don't do well, I'm losing money. They're not making money. It's tough. And like you said, if you lose a game on Sunday, you'd be thinking about it for the
so I was referring to myself playing basketball, and there's no real stakes there.
Yeah, you said that you would be thinking about it for the rest of the week,
yeah.
right? Which is really normal. And, we want to be, I used to be like that too. If I don't play well that week or perform well, but it's something that you can't do because you don't have the time. You can't afford the time to be thinking about it because you have to move on and just be like, okay, well, that was just a bad week. I know how good of a golfer you are. I know where your game is at. Just keep it in there and play this week. Treat it as a new. No one knows what's going to happen. And you just move on. And golf is such a sport where you could be shooting, I don't know what. You could be 50th, just barely making the cut that week. So we have a cut on Thursday and Friday for people who don't know. And then once you're eligible, you're top 70 and you're eligible to be able to play. You got to play on the weekend. Yeah, hold up. Let me rephrase that. So there's a cut after Thursday and Friday, after 36 holes, and the top 70 people make it into the weekend. And what I'm trying to say is, if you finish within the cut, you have an opportunity of winning. And that's how golf works. It's something that is just so different from every other sport, and you just have to keep grinding it out. Sometimes there's a girl in the lead that's leading by 6 shots, and she's coming in. You're like, there's no way she's gonna be able to lose the lead, and you're gonna be able to win. Boom! She makes a double. She makes another double, and then she makes a bogey, and then you make a birdie out of nowhere. And boom, you win the whole entire event. It's something that is just so, it doesn't add up to a lot of things. And you just have to be mentally there and grinding it out. And that's just how golf is. And it's just hard. You can't carry over anything. If that makes any sense.
Where was your first victory on the tour?
I haven't won on the LPGA, but I've won on the European Tour. And that was in Dubai 3 years ago. So hopefully this year I can win again.
Oh, well, are you going back to Dubai?
No, there really isn't I'm not playing the European Tour anymore.
Okay.
I call it the LET. But yeah, it kind of conflicts with my schedule on the LPGA, and LPGA is my primary tour now.
So for the YouTube audience, we'll have a picture of Angel in this bright orange shirt holding the trophy so they could see that.
Oh, yeah. That's the Dubai color.
No, that was the shirt I won in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was your own shirt. Okay. Wow.
But her smile was so big in that picture. And,
I bet. Because you were like 18 or...
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I know. Right. It's been a while.
Yeah, and it was just... Well, that's... how much money did you win?
Not that much. Sadly, it wasn't a lot. It was only a 75K.
Okay, well, it's not bad.
Not bad, but on the LPGA, if you win, it's
bigger purse.
250K to 300K. So that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So when you're actually golfing and you're playing in tournament and things aren't going your way, how do you come back from that? How do you, you have to play the next hole, right?
Yeah, you have to just learn to let it go, put it down, and then moving forward, just pretend that horrible shot you just hit never happened, and then just keep moving forward with it. It's really hard mentally, but you have to kind of just adjust to it.
And then conversely, do you get to celebrate if you hit a great shot, or? You
do, but you kind of just do it quick. Just as quick as you hit a bad shot, you're letting it go, and just quick celebration, boom, move on, because the next shot is not the same.
Is that discipline then of being steady and stable is how did that get ingrained into you? Because you're an emotional person, right? There's proof right there.
Yeah, I would say I'm quite on the emotional side. But you just learn. It's something that you have to do. If you don't do, you can't really go far in your career.
And do you feel pretty comfortable with your ability to be?
I'm still learning and trying to be more disciplined. But yeah, I think compared to when I'd first turned pro, I think I'm much better.
So as a professional at 21, it's more than just playing, right? You have to manage your flight and schedule and people and all these things. There's so much more to do than just swinging a club, right? Yeah.
So I learned after turning professional, I learned to turn people down easily. Can you do this?
When they're asking you to do what?
Yeah, like an interview or do a little segment for them or whatever. Sometimes they need me for stuff, and I'll look at my schedule and I'll be like, no, I can't. So that I got better at doing that and saying no.
How many people do you have to support? I guess, as a professional golfer, you need who and who and who that you have
My
to
main
pay?
people are my caddy and my mom. She's like my manager.
Okay.
Yeah, but my caddy, mainly that. And I have my physio, like osteopath. They're professionally known, called as osteopath, that follow me every week. Where if I get,
they're on the actual tour with you?
yeah. So I hire my own. There are osteopaths on the LPGA hired by them, but I have my own private one because it
really?
just fits my schedule more. And why it's worth me spending money to hire is because if they fit my schedule, then it goes with me, and then I don't have to worry about, you know, rushing for other people, and
Right.
I can be able to pick how you know, well and skilled they are to, you know, be able to help fix my injuries or tightness wherever I have, because you're just spending like 8 hours out there on the golf course. It takes a toll on your body.
Right.
But
yeah.
so caddy, osteopath, agent, my mom,
Do
my
you,
coach. Yeah,
Do you set goals like for your career or for every season?
I do. So for every season, I try not to set my goals like long-term goals because I don't know what's going to happen. I just set like maybe 2. Like I'll be like, I want to be able to play the Olympics next year. And if I don't, then it's okay. And I want to see if I tried my best and what else I can improve in. And like for season goals, I'd be like, this year is Solheim. I want to be able to play Solheim. And then the side goal will be, that's my main goal. And then the side goal will be, I want to be able to win a tournament. So just small goals.
How many golfers will play in the Olympics?
4.
4.
For if you qualify within the top 20 of the Rolex ranking, each nation can have 4 max. But if you're not ranked inside of the top 20, you can have 2. Yeah.
So that's a lot of Angel the golfer. What are your interests outside of golf? What do you like to do outside of golf?
Fishing.
Fishing.
Fishing, hiking, and then long drives.
In the car.
Yeah, in the car.
You like a couple of long drives. One is on the course and one is
One is
off
on the
the
road.
course.
Yeah.
So you like fishing and hiking.
Yes.
So does that surprise people when they find that out about you?
I think they're more surprised. Oh yeah, actually they're pretty surprised about fishing. I don't know why, but they're really surprised with fishing. And hiking, they're not too surprised, but they're more surprised with how much I like to do it.
I see.
So where do you go fishing?
Well, so I go fishing with Russell, and we go fishing in Balboa most of the time.
Yeah. Balboa Island. So
Yeah.
Near Newport Harbor. Yeah.
So this time of the show, we like to talk about the SGV3, and that means what are some places or experiences in the San Gabriel Valley that for you are very meaningful?
So this was really hard, but I have 3. So number 1 is whenever I come back and I finish my workout with Russell, which I usually like to do at 6 o'clock in the morning, the sun is just rising, and I would always take a drive down Colorado, heading east towards the Santa Anita racetrack, and then the palm trees that comes in on the streets or on the side of the streets with the sun there. It's just really nice. It's just, to me, that just reminds me of like home, and every time I drive by, it just kind of like decompresses me. And then along with the mountains that's on the left side, which is Mount Wilson and beyond. But yeah. Does that count as 2?
Oh yeah. So you got the mountains and you've got Colorado Boulevard there.
Yeah, pretty much. Roads.
But yeah, that is, yeah, I know the drive you're talking about is you're coming into Arcadia or Santa Anita is in Arcadia. So yeah, the Pasadena into Arcadia and the beautiful mountains to the left, the sun, and yeah.
Yeah, especially in June, because you get this June gloom, so you get this heavy overcast, and it's really nice, and the air is crisp, 100% good air to oxygen to breathe in, and then the people are really nice. So it's just when you talk to them, it just reminds you of home. Yeah.
So you've traveled the world, and you come back, and your residence is Florida, but you also Arcadia is your home. You grew up. How do you feel about this area compared to the rest of the world? I mean, it's home, so you're comfortable, but is it a place that you would choose as one of your favorite in the world?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, it's. I mean, so before moving to Orlando, it was really hard for me to make the decision, because to me, this is a place where I called home for the longest time. And after turning professional and traveling so much as I did, compared to my junior years, it just even made me miss Arcadia more. Like, this is home. Like, whenever I come back, I hit the reset button. I've never been so attached to it until I turned professional. Mm-hmm. So that's why when I moved away to Orlando, I still told my mom, let's keep the place here, because I want to come back whenever I want to and just relax here. It's just home. Like, I can't deny that.
Hey, what are some of the other places around the world that you like, though? Where are places you've gone that
I don't like San Francisco because the people are mean there. But where I do like is Dubai. I like Dubai a lot. Not because I won, but Dubai is a really cool place. Japan is an amazing place. The people there are great. I have a good friend there. Singapore is awesome. I have made a bunch of good friends there. Mm-hmm. Even though it's right below the equator and it's extremely hot, but it's such a cool place, and yeah, it's just awesome. I went there for F1.
For F1?
Yeah.
Formula One, I think.
Formula One race, sorry.
Oh, you went there to actually watch
Yeah, I watched it. So I've been to Singapore quite a few times. It's really nice.
Wow, nice.
Have you thought at all about what you're going to do after golf? Are you going to play golf till
I'm 80? Yeah. I haven't really thought about it. Wherever, I think the answer would be there when time comes.
I see. And so, do you have any other projects going on in your life outside of golf?
Not as of right now. I've thought about a few things, but I think golf has taken up most of my time. And until I feel like I have the spare time to do other things, I think we're just going to focus on golf and try to play the best golf I can and hopefully play in the Olympics next year.
You were doing something with a company though, right? Like SP Arms.
Yeah, so I was SP Arms is an Australian-based sun protective sleeve company, and during this pandemic, they were like, "Hey, would you guys like to help us with promoting our mask to help the people who are in need and who can't afford masks to wear and stay protected during this whole pandemic?" And I was like, "Yeah." So my friend who also plays on the tour, Lizette Salas, and I helped them with their campaign, and we were able to help out 3 charities. We donated thousands of masks to them. And that was a side project during the pandemic because I was just bored. But also wanted to help out, of course. And then she and I started this YouTube channel. We shot some videos for them and just posted on YouTube with just Instagram lives. And then it's just a bunch of stuff that I realized I can only do when I have time. And when the golf started kicking up again, I was like, wow, I really don't have time for a lot of this. Even though I want to do it, it's hard.
What do you have coming up? What are your next tour stops?
So I leave Sunday of this week. When is this going to be aired? Well, I leave at the end of this week to Palm Springs and play in an event. It's a major.
Oh, so when people hear this, she may have already won.
Yeah. So after you've won Palm Springs this weekend, what was your next victory?
I go to Portland. So I go to Portland after that.
Okay. And so you're strictly U.S. right now, as you said.
Yeah.
And-
We just came back from the British, which was in Scotland.
oh,
So that was pretty cool. But the government gave us a pass on the quarantine.
really?
Yeah, we were pretty strict. We only went from golf course to hotel, but they still bypassed the quarantine system for us so we can go play.
So you are treated like a star.
The whole tour is treated like a
Yeah,
star.
right.
But
Okay.
yeah, hopefully the government can work with us in Asia so we can go play. But as of right now, everything's going to be in the U.S.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Angel, it's great talking with you, and thank you for sharing and giving everybody a little insight into your life and what makes you outside of golf and in golf. So thank you for coming on the show.
No, thank you. It was great.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out another episode of the SGV Master Key. You can find the full back catalog of the SGV Master Key podcast at sgvmasterkey.com. This show was produced and edited by Russell Mono of Kind Monster Productions. Thanks again for listening or watching. We'll see you again very soon in the next episode.
Nice mother. No, kind mother.